was. No. Oh, God. Butch Davis, of course. Butch Davis. He's had a pretty good year at FIU, leading them to a bowl game here. But Toledo can score. They've proven that the last few years. A team that was 10-2 last year, fell off a little bit this year. But a team that, if it's going to get in a shootout, I trust Toledo here. Taking the Rockets.
I don't know. I mean, Panthers, they got a high-scoring offense. They're averaging over 30 points a game, and James Morgan, their quarterback, has 26 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I like those numbers. I think he's going to perform a little bit better than Eli Peters, the quarterback for Toledo, so I think I'm going to go with the Panthers.
I'm really getting tired of agreeing with you, if I'm being honest with you. I'm going to take Florida International as well. Give me the Golden Panthers. I like that offensive attack as well. I think they have the better defense, even if it is by the slightest of margins. So I think last stop wins, if there is one. So I'll take the slightly better defense and the pretty equal offense.
I love it. Please keep picking against us, because if we're right, that means you're wrong.
I do have some bad news for you, though.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to hit the record button till right before we started talking about that game. So any game before the Bahamas Bowl, you can change your pick on the Bowl Mania.
North Texas, take it home, baby.
The integrity of Bowl Mania has been jeopardized.
That's on me. That's on me,
Gotta
folks.
move on, though. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl, BYU taking on Western Michigan. Surprised, Bradley, that BYU and the Cougars are heavy favorites. -12 is the line right now.
I'm not. BYU had one of the hardest schedules this year, so this is going to be kind of a cakewalk, I feel like, for BYU. This is not the Western Michigan team we've seen of the past. Western Michigan only averaged 25 points a game and allowed 21, so they're kind of like pretty balanced right there, but BYU's just been battle-tested all year. I think this will seem like an easier game for them.
I think they're going to get it done. I don't think they're going to cover the spread. I think it'll be a little bit closer. I think, Western Michigan's going to come out. They're going to score some points early. It'll be a close game in the fourth, but I think at the end of the day, Cougars are going to get the win.
Finally, I get to disagree with both of you at the same time.
Really?
I will continue rowing the boat. Let's go Broncos. I think they have a pretty good offense. They average 447 yards a game. They score 33 a game. Unfortunately, the defense gives up 33 a game, so who knows which unit is going to end up playing better here. But this is my favorite bowl game name, Famous Idaho Potato Bowl. So
God,
I'll continue rowing.
It's the French fry bowl.
Yeah, Famous Idaho Potato. I don't know. It's funny.
It is played on the blue field, so that is
I
entertaining.
didn't know
Potato
that.
Bowl.
Interesting.
I'll continue rowing the boat in PJ Fleck's absence at Western Michigan. Go Broncos.
All right, well, now we're getting close to Christmas. These games are on Saturday the 22nd. First game of the day, there is the Birmingham Bowl. Memphis taking on Wake Forest. I believe this is the first ACC team we've talked about tonight, Bradley.
It is. You've got two coaches. One of them is undefeated in bowl games, and one of them is winless in bowl games. And I think both those streaks come to an end. I'm going to take Memphis here. They're the 5-point favorite. Darrell Henderson is one of the top rushers of the entire season, going up against Greg Dortch, a wide receiver who won me a few fantasy games this year. I'm going to take Henderson here. Wake Forest gives up so many points, and Memphis can score, so I'm taking the Tigers.
I don't know. I think Wake Forest gets another way. Dave Clawson gets another bowl game win for Wake Forest. He moves to 3-0. I mean, yes, Memphis has a lot of offensive firepower, but Wake Forest has proved a couple different times this season
They have turned it around.
that they can actually play defense and be a complete football team. So I think they're able to win. I think this is going to be another, as we've said with almost every game tonight, high-scoring game, somewhere in the high 30s, maybe creeping into the 40s, but I think Wake Forest gets it done.
This could low-key be one of the more exciting bowl games, I think, because this is one you look at, Memphis, Wake Forest, whatever, but then you see both of these defenses giving up over 420 yards a game, and you think, oh, well, everybody's going to score. Darrell Henderson got a very real chance of eclipsing 2,000 yards on the year. He's only 91 away. I think he gets that and then some. I'm going to take Memphis as well, just because I like saying go Tigers.
And we saw Wake last year in their bowl game. You want to talk about exciting finishes. 55-52 in the Belk Bowl against A&M. So if it's anything like that, we're in for a fun time.
If you're going to say go Tigers, you got to say it like Odron. That's
when we get to the LSU game. Hold on. We'll get there.
We're getting
there. All right, next up, Armed Forces Bowl. Army, a team that beat Navy last weekend for the third straight year. I believe they will finish this regular season ranked.
They should.
Which is the first time that's happened since, I want to say it's been like the 1990s. Somebody have to check on that for me. But they're taking on Houston. Bradley, does the fact that the star defensive lineman and quarterback for Houston won't play does it tip the scales in favor of Army here?
It would be so anti-patriotic to pick against Army in the Armed Forces Bowl. I mean, I couldn't do it. I want to see Army hit 10 wins. I really do. And they might need one more insane voter for the AP poll that put them in 8th to maybe get them in that top 25 at the very end. But I think they should be. I think Army showed, even in this past weekend against Navy, they're
Army
capable of winning.
already has 10 wins.
They're
10-2.
10-2, baby.
Their only losses, get this, their only losses all year were
Oklahoma.
at Duke, 34-14, and then at Oklahoma 28-21, a game everyone
That went into overtime.
That Army could or should have won. They've won every other game on their schedule.
If Army would have won both those games, playoff?
Not a chance. Get out of here.
No. But no, seriously, Evan, I think Army's going to get this one done. It could be close, but the fact that Houston is kind of crippled on offense and defense with their D-line and their quarterback being out, I think Army wins.
I got a hard time picking against Army as well for those exact reasons, but I think it is funny that when you look this game up on ESPN, they have the columns listed as far as points per game, points allowed per game, all the way down through like yards on offense and defense, and they have both teams' numbers right next to each other. Every number in Houston's column is higher than every number in Army's number.
Wow.
Points scored, points allowed, yards passing, yards rushing, pass yards allowed, and rush yards allowed.
Well, that's good and bad, I guess.
That's a really good offense and a really bad defense.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Houston's had practice against the option against Navy, so maybe that'll help. I don't know.
Two more bowl games before Christmas, and then we'll take our first break. Buffalo, Troy, in the Dollar General Bowl. Bradley, who you
Give
got?
me Buffalo, man. 6'7" quarterback that might be drafted first round. He's got something to play for if he even plays at all. Troy was a feel-good story early on, but kind of fell off the map a little, so I'm going to take Buffalo.
I think the Trojans, they have more experience in bowl games, and Neil Brown, great coach at Troy. He's going to move with the coaching ranks, find a better job somewhere soon. So I think the Trojans get it done.
I'm going to keep it quick. I'm going to go Buffalo.
All right, last bowl before we cut to the quick break. Hawaii Bowl. Hawaii against Louisiana Tech.
Hawaii. It's in Hawaii. That's really all you need.
Yeah, it's a late night football.
Cole McDonald's a stud, too.
I don't know, Evan, your thoughts?
I'll take Louisiana Tech.
Any reason?
Just for fun.
I'm going with the home team. I'm going with the Rainbow Warriors. So
It will be at like 1 in the morning.
The Rainbow Warriors probably a good pick. Like it's a home game for them. Louisiana Tech's got to travel forever in a day just to get here, and they're going to be too distracted by the vacation. Like they're probably going to lose, but just for the sake of diversity in our picks, I'll go Louisiana.
All right. Well, we've made
too.
it through our first half of the list. Coming into the next segment, we will touch on the second half of the bowl games. That's next. Stick with us.
Hi, I'm attorney Nima Fuzad, inviting you to a meeting that could change your fortune. I'm a member of Business Network International in Clemson, and it changed the way I approach business growth. Through BNI, I have a team and network of leads and like-minded business professionals working with me, by my side when I need them. Join us for free breakfast on Wednesday, December 12th, 8:30 a.m. at the Alumni Cafe in Clemson. I would love to meet you and show you what this group can do for your business. No strings attached. That's Wednesday, December 12th, 8:30 a.m. at the Alumni Cafe in Clemson.
Onward Reserve, now open downtown Clemson. Your new game day retailer. Shop Clemson Game Day Performance Polos, game day tees, hats, and more. Onward Reserve will help you look and feel your best in and out of the stadium. Visit OnwardReserve.com for free shipping. Live authentically. Shop Onward Reserve and experience the difference. 383 College Avenue, downtown Clemson. You can also visit them online at OnwardReserve.com for free ground shipping. That's OnwardReserve.com.
It's officially football season. Fall is right around the corner, and it's the perfect time to invest in a new comfy mattress. The Mattress Outlet in Seneca features both Beautyrest and Serta brands and has the largest stock and lowest prices around. Stop in, lay around, and the outlet's experienced staff will guide you in finding your new mattress today. Open 7 days a week. The Mattress Outlet in Seneca, located off Highway 123 across from Chick-fil-A.
Granger Nissan knows with football season comes tailgating, so make sure you have a reliable way to the big game. As a leader in the market with competitive inventory, you know that you'll be ready to tailgate this season. Granger Nissan is a family business, so they know the importance of taking care of the loved ones while on the road. You can drive your next tailgate vehicle with confidence and ease knowing all new vehicles have a lifetime powertrain warranty. So stop by Granger Nissan of Anderson at 3510 Clemson Boulevard.
You know cars and trucks cost less than Travelers Rest at George Coleman Ford. Did you also know George Coleman Ford is always looking to buy quality pre-owned vehicles from you? Even if you don't buy from them, they can make the process smooth and easy in buying your pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. It's the way George Coleman Ford has been doing business in Travelers Rest for over 86 years and 4 generations. Whether buying from them or selling to them, trust in George Coleman Ford.
Hi, Clemson fans. This is Seneca Mayor Pro Tem Ronnie O'Kelly, and we want to invite you to visit our great city, Seneca, just 10 minutes up the road. We have so much to offer.
That's right, Ronnie. You need to check out the Magical Musical Holiday Light Show at Norton Thompson Park in downtown Seneca. It's going on through December 29th, 5:30 till 10 every night, and it's absolutely free to the whole family. Come on and bring the family to downtown Seneca for the Magical Musical Holiday Light Show.
What do you get the person who has everything? A gift certificate from Urban Nirvana is always a safe choice. A day at the salon with their talented stylists can make anyone feel beautiful. The spa is a perfect solution to replenish and refresh. And the best part? You can order, pay for, and print your gift certificate from your own computer. Even on Christmas morning. No traffic and crowds to worry about. Log on to urbannirvana.com, select and pay for the amount you want, and print it out. Urban Nirvana at McBee Station and the shops at Greenridge.
Show of the semester. It's finals week here at Clemson. Evan and I just took a final earlier this afternoon. Bradley claims that he's been studying.
I have,
day.
actually.
I don't even know what day it is right now. Like,
honestly,
I've been saying that for 3 days now, bro.
finals week rather, just kind of blends together. And with the fact that we had a delay this morning until 10 a.m. Universities announced that they will delay until 10 a.m. tomorrow. It's just been strange, but we're going through the bowl games. We made it up till Christmas at the first segment, and we're actually, Bradley, getting into some teams that people actually know a little bit of stuff about. First up here after Christmas, we've got the First Responder Bowl. Boston College, Boise State.
I guess there wasn't enough military teams to put in these bowls because Boston College and Boise State making the First Responder Bowl. What the heck? I'm going to go with Boise State here. I think with how banged up A.J. Dillon's been this year, it's kind of hard to trust Boston College. So maybe earlier in this year, if you would have asked me, I'd take BC. But Boise State proved to be the second best Group of 5 team this year.
They've got a veteran quarterback in Brett
Rypien's been there for 9 years.
And he's going to give them their 4th bowl victory in the last 5 seasons. I think it could be a close game, maybe lower scoring than some of the other games we've talked about in the first segment. But, Evan, I got the Broncos.
Yeah, I'll go with my Blue Turf boys as well. I think Rypien goes out on a high note. I think he probably throws for, I'll say, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns just for fun. A.J. Dillon probably doesn't go very hard just to avoid injury. So, yeah, I'll take the Broncos.
Next up, the Quick Lane Bowl, Minnesota, Georgia Tech. This is Paul Johnson's last game, and PJ Fleck's first bowl game with the Minnesota Gophers.
2 teams that really turned it around midway point this season. Minnesota started, I believe, like 1-4 and found a way to slide into the Quick Lane Bowl here against Georgia Tech. I'll probably take Minnesota here just because I think Georgia Tech with that triple option, I think Minnesota's got a lot of time to prepare for it. So, and I just think, PJ Fleck, that first bowl game, going to be running on adrenaline. I'm going to take the Golden Gophers.
Look, this is all about Paul Johnson's farewell tour. Georgia Tech's going to pull out all the stops. They're going to pull up every crazy play call from the last 15 years that Paul Johnson's been there, however long he's been there. And
I'm tired of him, man. I don't know about
They're going to go out. I really do think that Georgia Tech, the school, the program, the students, the players, they love Paul Johnson. He seems to be a great guy to play for, and I think it's his last hurrah. I think it could be a close game, but Georgia Tech pulls away, wins easily over Minnesota.
You know who can't wait to see him leave town? A wide receiver at Georgia Tech.
They have wide receivers?
No.
Not since Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
I'll take Georgia Tech as well. I don't think they leave it quite as wide open as far as the playbook is concerned. I think they stick with the triple option, and I think Minnesota doesn't have much experience stopping the triple option, and they're passing.
It's like a month to prepare for it, though.
Yeah, but they haven't played a triple option team in who knows how long. It's different for an ACC team or an independent team that sees it, once a year, but who knows the last time Minnesota played against triple option. It's hard to prepare for. I'll take Georgia Tech.
All right, Cheez-It Bowl.
Love it.
Not as good as Goldfish.
I love
Just got to
it.
say it. The Cheez-Its are not as good as Goldfish.
Cheez-Its are an all-time top 5 snack.
They are top 5, but Goldfish is number 1.
Whole grain
California,
Goldfish,
the Golden Bears, taking on TCU. Hey, listen, Cal's moving up on the totem pole. They got second-year coach Justin Wilcox, and this could be a good program builder bowl win for them.
And I will say, out of all the bad predictions I had preseason, I did nail this one. I predicted that Justin Wilcox would get Cal on the map here, and he's done that exact thing. Really young guy, kind of an unorthodox offense, but with TCU, Sean Robinson going to transfer. They kind of plummeted.
They had to win 3 of the last 4 games to get to bowl eligibility. I think Cal has more momentum. I think Wilcox is a good coach, and like you said, he's putting them on the map, so to speak. This would be a great win. I'm going with the Golden Bears.
Absolutely.
I think both of these teams are extremely unpredictable because Cal can beat Stanford or beat Washington one week, lose by 6 to Washington State the next week, and then turn around and lose to USC the week after that. Yep. TCU's in the Big 12. Nobody ever knows what's going to happen there. But just for the sake of being different, I'll take TCU. I like Gary Patterson. I like the Horned Frogs.
All right, moving on to the Independence Bowl. Bradley, we've got your Dukies. They're taking on Temple. Listen. Duke lost their last 2 games by a combined score of 94-13.
That's terrible.
But
half of that was from Syracuse.
Coincidentally, their last 2 basketball games, they've won by a combined score of 94-13. I don't know if y'all saw that.
But hey, Cutcliffe has won the last 2 bowl games for him, Bradley. So I don't know. This is a toss-up game. Temple closed with 3 straight wins. I'm going to go Duke.
This happens every year.
Duke
always finds a way to screw everything up at the end of the year until they hit their bowl game, and they'll miraculously win a 3-point game, at the end. So I'll take Duke here. It's a 3-point line with Temple here. If this game is played on the court, it'd be an easy one. I think it's going to be a very, very close game here. I'm taking Duke, though.
No bias.
A little bit.
Give me the Owls. Temple, baby.
Don't ever make that noise again.
I got crickets on here, too. We got all kinds of wildlife back here.
All right, moving on. Pinstripe Bowl. This one, I believe, is played in Yankee Stadium. 2 teams.
2 teams Evan's familiar with.
Evan is familiar with because they played in the Orange Bowl last year. You got a team in Miami who is not used to this weather and a team in Wisconsin who is loving this weather. But neither team this season had the year they wanted. Do you think that one of these teams doesn't show up for the bowl game, Bradley?
I think Miami needs this a whole lot more than Wisconsin does. I think Mark Richt needs to go out on a high note after just a miserable season it's been, and such a down ACC coastal. I don't know how he couldn't even win that. I'll take Wisconsin here. Jonathan Taylor just won the Duke Award. I think he's got a lot going for him right now. And Miami in bowl game we saw last year was just not ready. They're just so unpredictable, like you said. I'm taking Wisconsin.
They are very unpredictable. I do think that they need this game more than Wisconsin. I'll agree with you. However, I think the Hurricanes are going to get their revenge. It won't be easy. It'll be low scoring, but I think Miami gets away with it by a field goal, and they right the wrong that happened last year down in their home stadium.
I'll take the Hurricanes as well to flip the script. I know Wisconsin went south last year to the warm weather, and it didn't affect them, and they won. I think Miami can go up north and do the same. Yeah, both of these teams, pretty disappointing year, but it would be a nice little consolation prize to end on an 8-win season in a bowl game. I'll take Miami.
All right, well, now we move on to the Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl. You've got Vanderbilt taking on the home team Baylor. Do you think that...
Worst bowl game on the slate.
I was about to say,
easily.
Do you think that there is anyone outside of fan bases from these 2 schools that's going to watch this game?
If I'm a Baylor fan, I'm probably not even going to watch this either. I'll take Vanderbilt here.
After we just talked down on the Bahamas Bowl for so long, you really going to say Baylor Vanderbilt's the worst matchup?
It's a terrible matchup.
Evan, say that slower.
Vanderbilt versus Baylor.
You know what?
Football.
Just in spite of the 2 of you, I hope this is the most entertaining bowl game since Oklahoma lost to Boise State on the Statue of Liberty.
Vanderbilt wins this game in 8 overtimes.
I got to pick.
Now we're talking.
I got to pick Vanderbilt because I have to pick a winner in this game. I truly don't think this will be an interesting matchup.
Kyle Shermer's good though, and Derek Mason's been a good coach pretty much since he got there. So we'll see.
I mean, this would be his first bowl win for him, which would be big. But I don't know.
Vanderbilt.
Your thoughts, Evan?
I don't think this game is as bad as you're making it out to be, but it's also not that good.
Yeah, no kidding.
Did both of you take Vanderbilt?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I'll take
but
Baylor.
You're right.
I'll take Baylor.
So right.
Give me that Big 12 offense against what is very loosely defined as an SEC
Vanderbilt
defense.
almost beat Notre Dame. I mean, let's not forget that.
Almost only counts.
All right, well, we are moving on now, starting to get into the bigger name schools. Music City Bowl, Auburn is facing Purdue. Thoughts?
Auburn. I mean, I guess I'm going to take Auburn. You would think after this season, Auburn's been such an up and down team. You would think,
especially after their flop last year in the bowl game.
If Gus Malzahn lost this game, I mean, his job would be in jeopardy, despite that 7-year extension he got. I trust Jarrett Stidham enough as a quarterback, despite his down year. They played a really brutal schedule. So I think Auburn's a better team than the bowl slate that they ended up getting. So I'll take the Tigers.
Honestly, this might be one of the biggest bowl upsets of the season, but I'm going with Purdue.
It's only a 4-point line.
Well, it's still, though, like we talked about.
It's only an upset in terms of names.
Yeah. When you think of this matchup, you think, okay, it's obvious I'm going to pick Auburn, but I think Purdue will show up inspired. I think, with the fact that Auburn didn't really play that well in their bowl game last year against UCF, maybe that lingers. They hadn't had the season that they really wanted. I think the Boilermakers get it done.
I give mad props to Jeff Brom for staying at Purdue. That takes some guts to not take that Louisville job that everybody expected him to go to.
I would not. Even if it's
alma mater.
It is his alma mater, but I would not go to Louisville right now.
Hey,
no.
Purdue's happy.
No. What if I told you Auburn's leading receiver doesn't have a receiving touchdown on the year? He got 64 receptions, 523 yards, 0 touchdowns.
That's why Auburn only scores like 12 points a game.
Boiler up. I think Brahms boys are playing inspired ball since he did elect to stay. I think they're fired up. Yeah, I'll take the Boiler Pickers.
I believe this. Yes, this
We
is
said that about this is every third game. We're like, hey, this one might be good.
This is the first ranked matchup of bowl season that
Thank
we got
God.
the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl. What a name. West Virginia taking on Syracuse. Are you ready for some points,
We
folks?
just did the Music City Bowl.
Yeah, you just totally
I'm
butchered
sorry.
that.
It's Camping World Bowl. I
There we
misread.
go.
I misread. It's Camping World Bowl.
There will not be as many points as you think, though, I will say, because Will Greer's not playing.
Not so fast, my friend.
That's unfortunate. I will give Dungy and Dino Babers, one of my favorite coaches. I want to see them win a bowl game. I do, to cap off a great year, like we said before with like Marshall and teams like that. I think Syracuse pulls it out.
This is an old Big East rival game, and Syracuse, Clemson's seen it firsthand the last 2 years, everything that Eric Dungy can do. I think the Orange get it done. It's a high-scoring game, upper 40s.
Over under 75.
Yeah, I take the over on that.
Remember preseason when y'all kept telling me West Virginia was going to win the Big 12 in a
Hey.
landslide?
Hey.
Will
Hey.
Greer was going to win the Heisman. Now you're both picking against him in a bowl
Well, he's not
game?
playing.
I don't care.
Okay.
When did they announce that he was not playing?
A couple days ago.
It was a couple
Yeah,
days
not that
ago.
long ago.
Okay.
I mean, Will Greer, he finished like, what, 5th or 6th in the Heisman race? And West Virginia was like 3 points away from making the Big 12 championship game.
All I'm
So-
saying is I told you Oklahoma would win the Big
Save
12,
it.
and they did.
whatever.
I told you Will Greer wouldn't win the Heisman, and he didn't.
Save it for another day.
I'll
Save
take
it.
West Virginia and their backup quarterback. I don't even care who he
But
is.
who did you pick to win the Heisman?
Yeah, did
I
you
don't
pick
even
Kyler
You didn't
Murray?
pick Kyler Murray.
No, I don't think anybody. I think everybody had Tua on the docket to start this year, at least for the first 6 weeks of the
You
season.
got to be bold. All right, you picked Western.
That wasn't that bold of a pick. He was like the
Will
preseason.
Greer? He was like top 5, maybe.
Gentlemen, got to move on. A lot more bowl games to get to. Just to clarify, we will be taking calls in the third segment of the show in case anyone wants to get in. We'll be talking specifically about New Year's 6, maybe a little bit of Heisman if we have time. But we got to move on. Alamo Bowl, Washington State, Iowa State. Do you think Washington State's disappointed?
This is my favorite bowl game right here.
Oh,
This is my
yeah.
underrated favorite one. I can't wait to watch this game. 2 teams that I think got really disrespected, and I said this on the
about to
prior
say, do you
show.
think Washington State
Washington
feels like they
State,
got snubbed?
They are mad.
I don't
if
think
I was
Iowa
Washington State, I'd be mad.
I don't think Iowa State should feel like they got snubbed.
No, because they didn't really have much of an argument to get anywhere higher than they did. So I'm taking Washington State here. I think they blow the doors off of Iowa State if Gardner Minshew plays anywhere close to where he's been all year.
Yep. I think Washington State is peed off that they didn't get a New Year's 6. I think they were very deserving of a New Year's 6, and they're going to come out blazing,
Iowa
and
State-
they're going to run all over the
Iowa
Cyclones.
State almost lost to Drake in their final game.
They're just going to run all over the side. They're going to play inspired.
And that's a team, not just one guy.
You started off that bowl game by saying Washington State was playing in it, and you could have said that they were playing the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Los Angeles Rams combined, and I would still take Washington State. Go Cougs, go Mike Leach.
Big fan, apparently. Big fan. Next up on the bowl slate, let's see. Florida, Michigan. That is a New Year's 6, so we'll skip that one. Now we're going to go to the Belk Bowl. We got the South Carolina Gamecocks taking on Virginia Cavaliers out of the ACC. Belk Bowl definitely wins Twitter. Who wins this game?
I think Virginia does. I think this year the ACC is going to make a good showing. I really do. For how people have been down on them all year, I think they'd close it out pretty well. And Bronco Mendenhall, Virginia, kind of a sneaky good team that almost messed around and won the Coastal. So yeah, I think if South Carolina just plays Jake Bentley the whole game, I'm taking Virginia.
Anybody could have snuck around and almost won the Coastal. I don't really. There's not much merit in that. Honestly,
yeah, but let's just remember Virginia almost. Won
I
the Coastal.
think Jake Bentley's going to cap a junior season with a impressive bowl victory over Virginia. I'm impressed with his quarterback play. It's getting better. It's proof that Muschamp can develop some talent down there in Columbia, as much as it pains me in the heart to say it. But truthfully, I think South Carolina's going to win this game. I'm not going to say that this is a big win for them, but it is a bowl win for Muschamp.
I think they have a good matchup, but you will not catch me picking South Carolina in a bowl game. Go Virginia.
Yeah, no more.
South
saying.
Carolina will probably get up early and then blow it like they did a couple years ago. I'll take Virginia.
We'll see. Arizona Bowl is next up on the slate. You've got Arkansas State taking on Nevada. Both of these teams were hot at the end of the season. You'd think that both will score some points. You got quarterbacks. Justin Hansen, he had 27 touchdowns, and then Ty Gange on the other side had 23 touchdowns. So you're going to see some balls flying through the air.
I'll take Arkansas State. They played, as I said before, with some of those teams, a lot of big boys early on, so got a lot of money for playing those games, and they've been a good team all year. They were rated extremely high on the preseason Group of 5 list, so I'll take Arkansas State, who, like you said, started hot and then kind of cooled down. I think they get it back up there.
Yeah, I mean, I think this will be I hate to say it because we've been saying it all night, but I think it will be a higher scoring game. I honestly think this will be one of those games where whoever has the ball last is going to win. Like, you're going to see touchdown and then 13 seconds later, touchdown, because there's just not going to be any defense. I'm going to go with the Red Wolves, but this is a toss-up for me.
Good in Nevada. I mean, Nevada, I don't think it made a bowl game in forever, and they snuck around and made one this year.
There you go.
Yeah, this game is the definition of a toss-up, mainly because we all three know we know nothing about these two teams. Give me the Wolfpack just to be different.
There you go. Next up now, Military Bowl, Virginia Tech taking on Cincinnati. What do you make, Bradley, of the fact that Cincinnati's really had a pretty impressive turnaround under Luke Fickell, their second-year coach?
I'm picking Virginia Tech solely because Walt hates the fact that I picked Virginia Tech early on this year. I think
the Virginia Tech
Hokies
guy.
get it done, baby.
Every time we walk into the studio, Walt's like, hey, where's the Virginia Tech guy?
VT getting that dub.
I will laugh so hard if they lose. I will laugh. Honestly, I want Virginia Tech to lose. I'm gonna pick them in this game. It's an upset if you look at the line because Cincinnati's favored by 6 right now. But I think Virginia Tech will win by a field goal or so. But I just want to
Get me
see
one step closer to that 10-win prediction.
I just want to see Walt roast you when you walk into the station next time.
Go Bearcats. I'm going to go with Walt on this one, and mainly because I like picking against you guys because that means I end up winning the Bowl Mania anyway. So go Cincinnati.
All right, next up, we got a few more we got to go through. The Sun Bowl, Stanford taking on Pittsburgh. This is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, if Bryce Love gets to play here, he gets to shine one more time for Stanford. I think he's got a lot to play for his school. Kind of a disappointing year for Stanford. And Pitt's going to be still licking their wounds from that ACC championship, so I'll take the Cardinal.
I'm going to go with Stanford, too. You got one more shot for Bryce Love, and I think that they're going to want to win this game for him. It is out in Arizona.
The Sun Bowl's been good.
Yeah, the Sun Bowl has been good, and it's out west, so that's going to favor the Cardinal over Pittsburgh because they're going to have to travel. Maybe Pitt gets caught sleeping. Closer game, but I'm going to go with Stanford.
I'll just keep being different. Pitt.
We're holding you to these, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This show's being recorded right now. It's according to Evan. But we have, I think, 6 or 7 games we have left to get to. But I'm thinking that we're probably going to need to take a break. I'm getting the nod from Evan. So we'll have to wrap up the last 6, 7 bowl games once we come back from this break. And we will be taking calls. We got somebody on hold with us right now. So that's next. Stick with us.
Are you over 40? Need more stamina? Don't like what you see in the mirror? Optinos is your answer. Optinos is clinically proven to increase your stamina, gain lean muscle, and improve your overall physique. Optinos works on a genetic level, so your body utilizes more carbs and fats for energy and stores protein directly into your muscle tissues. Optinos has all natural ingredients that are proven safe for men and women of all ages. Get started today. Go to upstatemuscle.com. That's upstatemuscle.com.
Hey guys, have you always been interested in sports betting but never followed through? Now is the perfect time to try, and MyBookie is the perfect place. You could be a bet cashing machine, but we'll never know unless you get off the sideline and get in the game. We've still got months of NFL games. Bowl season is right around the corner in college football, and the NBA and college basketball are here too. You don't even have to get off your couch to win big. MyBookie is the right choice. You'll love their easy-to-use website, helpful customer service, and fast payouts when you win. Want to bet now on who's going to win the Super Bowl? Go for it. Want to risk a little to win a lot? Try a 3-team parlay. Visit MyBookie now to take advantage of the 50% deposit bonus. That's right, deposit using promo code RADIO, and we'll give you free cash. Just use promo code RADIO when you register. Check out MyBookie online today. No deposit necessary. Terms and conditions apply. For entertainment purposes only. Void where prohibited.
Hi, I'm Tookie Nemchek, licensed realtor with Keller Williams Realty. I'd like to invite you to visit the Clemson BNI Group, Business Network International. Our next meeting is Wednesday, December 12th, 8:30 a.m. in the Alumni Cafe in Clemson. Come see what BNI can do for your business and enjoy breakfast on us. Networking through this BNI Group has helped me to grow my business through quality referrals, and I'm so happy I joined. You will be too. See you there, December 12th, 8:30 a.m. at the Alumni Cafe in Clemson.
The beauty of playing golf at Arrowhead Point in December is you're playing one of the top courses in Georgia, and you're set to save big in doing so. It's as simple as this. Get together your foursome. Book online at arrowheadpointgc.com and enter the promo code WCCP. Then, you and your 3 friends will save 25% off the online rate booked through December. It must be a foursome, and you have to book online. Arrowhead Point in Elberton on beautiful Richard B. Russell Lake.
Are you ready to go all in on a car? Granger Nissan knows what car will fit you and your family because they are a leader in the market with competitive inventory. They have everything for everyone. Granger Nissan is a family business, so they know the importance of taking care of the ones we love on the road. You can drive with confidence and ease because Granger Nissan has all new vehicles with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Granger Nissan is not just in the car business, they're in the people business. Stop by Granger Nissan of Anderson on 3510 Clemson Boulevard.
Hi, Clemson fans. This is Seneca Mayor Pro Tem Ronnie O'Kelly, and we want to invite you to visit our great city, Seneca, just 10 minutes up the road. We have so much to offer.
That's right, Ronnie. You need to check out the magical musical Holiday Light Show at Norton Thompson Park in downtown Seneca. It's going on through December 29th, 5:30 till 10 every night, and it's absolutely free to the whole family. Come on and bring the family to downtown Seneca for the magical musical Holiday Light Show.
And now, back to After Further Review.
Last segment of the semester. My goodness, how the time has flown by. Hard to believe, and honestly, you know, sometimes we don't take the time to sit back and appreciate the opportunity that the three of us have to talk sports on the radio. So definitely very appreciative to Ben Milstead and everybody at WCCP who has provided that opportunity.
Producer
to us.
John Height for putting up with us all summer, helping us out here in the fall.
So accommodating.
Absolutely.
Let us come in here once a week, talk sports for an hour. Couldn't ask for a better gig. But we've got 7-ish more games to go that are not New Year's 6. So Evan suggested we do a 6 under 6. We got 6 bowl games in 6 minutes.
Let's do it.
Start the timer. Let's roll.
This is like around the horn. Or not around the PTI, I mean.
All right, here we go. AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Missouri taking on Oklahoma State.
I'm going to go with Missouri here. I think Drew Lock, if he plays, has something to prove here because he could potentially be one of the top quarterbacks taken in the draft. Oklahoma State, you want to talk about unpredictable, extremely unpredictable team. So up and down this year with the games they played. I'll take Missouri here in a shootout.
It is going to be a throwback Big 12 shootout. I take the over. Over right now, 72.5. I take the over. I think Oklahoma State is going to squeeze this one out and I guess get the quote-unquote upset, but it'll be close.
Yeah, Justice Hill, starting running back, is also sitting out. So
Mike Gundy's a man. He's 40. He's also going to lose his bowl game. Go Missouri. Go Tigers.
All right, next up, Red Box Bowl, Michigan State taking on Oregon. The line has gone back in favor of the Ducks, and I guess that's a nod to the offense around Justin Herbert. Michigan State, though, they're going to test that offense with some physical defense, Bradley.
Continuing the trend here, taking top quarterbacks that are going to be drafted, taking Justin Herbert in Oregon. A great game this would have been a couple years ago, but now they're stuck in the Red Box Bowl. But I trust the Ducks a little more.
Go Ducks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take the Ducks as well. I feel like Justin Herbert's got one last hoorah to prove to NFL scouts that he's as good as they thought he was 6 weeks ago.
Another ranked matchup. We've got the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl, West Virginia, Northwestern rather, taking on Utah. It's a ranked matchup.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for those announcers announcing that game. I'll take Utah here. Stifling defense. I like Northwestern. Loved them all year. I think Utah is a little bit too good on that side of the ball. Though
I'm taking Northwestern just based off of the strength and conditioning coach that they have, who always wears the short sleeve T-shirts when it's like 25 degrees. I'm picking Northwestern just because.
Quick nugget on here: Kyle Whittingham for Utah has more bowl wins in his career than South Carolina's ever had. Can you believe that?
Kyle Whittingham's a darn good coach, but I like Northwestern. I like Pat Fitzgerald, and luckily for that strength and conditioning coach, they're in San Diego, so no one's going to look at him funny for wearing short sleeves. Give me the Wildcats.
One of the possibly best matchups in bowl season this year, the Gator Bowl, NC State taking on Texas A&M. You would expect to see some offense between Ryan Finley for NC State and Kellen Mond. It's going to be an exciting game. I'm going to go with the Wolfpack, though.
I'll take A&M here. I just think they've been a lot stronger team than we've seen. That rough schedule, you saw that crazy game they had at the end of the year. I'll take A&M.
It'd be a big deal if Jimbo could get 9 wins in his first season at College Station.
And NC State's got like 3 players sitting out this game.
If the real SEC Texas A&M shows up, I'll take A&M. But if they decide to go back to the Big 12 and Big 12 A&M shows up, I'll take NC State. But I'm going to go on record with the Aggies here.
All right, we got the Outback Bowl, Mississippi State taking on Iowa. Bulldogs are favored by 5 in this one, and Joe Moorhead knows the Hawkeye scheme back when he was coaching at Penn State. Both teams got outstanding D-lines, though, Bradley.
And Nick Fitzgerald, a great player that Mississippi State's had over the years. He plays his final game here for the Bulldogs, and I think he goes out on a high note here. Iowa's top tight end is going to be sitting out this game to prepare for the draft. So I will take the Bulldogs.
I'll go Mississippi State here as well. I've got some guys from back home that I got to be pretty good friends with. Both of them either have played or currently do play in Mississippi State. So I'll go with the Autry brothers, Mississippi State.
2 bowl games left. We got the Citrus Bowl and the just one bowl game left because the Fiesta Bowl, Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl are all big New Year's 6.
We made it.
Last bowl game before we get to the phone lines. Kentucky taking on Penn State. What are your thoughts?
It's going to be a sneaky good game, like we've said before. 2 teams that early on we thought might contend for maybe a potential New Year's 6 game, but I think Penn State here with Trace McSorley, I think they end up taking the dub here over Kentucky. Kentucky just has no offense.
Here's what nobody saw coming at the beginning of the semester. Sorry, school year / football season. Kentucky is going for a 10-win season, and I think they get it done against Penn State. I think they get it done.
They can't outscore Penn State.
They can't, but I think their defense will limit Penn State offensively, and I think, like you said, it's a sneaky good game. I think Wildcats get it done.
I'll go Nittany Lions in the Battle of the Cats here. I don't really know exactly what a Nittany Lion is or if it could really beat a Wildcat in real life, but I think on the football field it will. I'll take Penn State.
Are you sure you're not taking Penn State just because of the brand recognition? Are you taking them because of the better football team or because they're Penn State?
Better football team, dude.
Interesting. All right.
Come on.
Got Clemson Dad on the phone lines with us now. Clemson Dad, we appreciate you calling in. I know you're on hold there for more than a minute.
No problem, man. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing well.
Just trying to survive.
Trying to get through all these bowl games, and we managed to get through all of them before the end of the hour.
You did. I enjoyed the takedown because I'm in this little pool. My cousin does this little sheet with all the bowl games, so I was kind of undecided on a few of them, but I got your take on it, so it might help out a little bit.
Well,
it's like picking the NCAA tournament game. There's just some of those games that you just don't know much about.
You just close your eyes and you pencil it in.
There you go.
Yeah, the lady at work will probably win it. That has no idea.
100%. Picking by color.
Yeah, no, for sure. What's a game, though, Clemson Dad, that you feel like's flying under the radar? Because I think we all, 3 of us, kind of have our own games that we, feel like aren't getting the attention they deserve. But is there a game that sticks out to you?
I don't know. I'm just wondering about, as far as college football, Alabama and Oklahoma. How healthy is Tua? I mean, all of a sudden he had a high ankle sprain, and they got this magic surgery down there at Alabama that can fix it in 2 weeks. I'm still wondering about his knee. I'm just not sure he's that healthy as everybody thinks, but...
Well, you saw him at the Heisman presentation. At the Heisman presentation, he didn't have the boot on anymore. Chris Fowler mentioned it on stage, said, hey, you're not wearing the boot, or things fine. And Tua said that he was fine, so you figure over the next couple of weeks he's going to continue to be fine.
Yeah, but he said he was fine before the Georgia game. We saw how that ended.
He's going to have time to heal. We all know that. We all realize that. It's just once he gets hit, or he's under pressure, or he has to roll out, what's going to happen?
And that's the thing. There's like so many different moving parts with his injury. There's like 3 different locations that he's had banged up. So either one of those could get hit, and he could be knocked out immediately.
It only takes one. Just one awkward landing, and he could be limping for the rest of the game.
And Bama saw how limited they were when he was limited, so they might be, might put in Jalen earlier than we think.
Yeah. I think if you're Oklahoma, you've got to plan like you're going to see both quarterbacks, 100%.
I agree, 100%. What else was going to talk about? NFL real quick. What about the end of the game for New England and Miami?
Reminded me a little bit of the Duke-Miami game
Don't remind me about
ago.
that, please.
Honestly, though, this one was legitimate. Like, the Duke-Miami one was a blown call by the refs. Several calls blown. But this was... it almost reminded me of the kick 6 too, because it was just a lapse in judgment on the Patriots' part to not have the right personnel on the field.
And it was like the Music City Miracle
in
Tennessee. Why do you have Robert Gronkowski at the very back to if anyone's coming his way that can run faster than you or I, they're going to get past him. And you heard Kenyon Drake at the end of the game was saying, "Oh, I saw Gronk and I knew I already scored 20 yards away." Come on.
Yeah.
Well, my man stumbled. I mean, he stumbled.
Because he knew. He stumbled because he knew. You could tell once Gronk was about the 15-yard line, he knew, I do not have the angle to catch this guy.
And I'm sure they put Gronk in because they were preparing for maybe a Hail Mary, because you doubt they're putting him there for speed or agility, because he's just neither.
No, but who can throw it that far other than just one or two
that's
guys?
True. I don't know, though. I'm not complaining because I love to see the Patriots lose. It's like Christmas.
Me too.
It was like Christmas.
But
hey, Clemson Dad, appreciate you taking time to call in. Thanks for sticking on the lines with us.
All right, buddy.
All right, well, now we want to go over to Aaron Ritchie, and he wants to talk a little bit about players skipping the bowl games this season. Aaron, what you got for us?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, man.
It's going well.
You got?
Okay, so in recent news, noticed that Will Greer was talking about skipping the bowl game, as we've seen with some senior players do in the past, to prepare for the NFL draft and the combine and things like that. What are you guys' feelings on this? I mean, it kind of made me think about, hey, what if DeAndre Hopkins skips the Chick-fil-A Bowl, or, Taj Boyd doesn't play in the Orange Bowl? Those are some kind of wins that turn our program around,
Yeah.
What does this mean to West Virginia, and how do y'all feel about it?
I tell you what, if either of those players that you just mentioned skipped either of those games, Nuke in the Chick-fil-A Bowl, Taj in the Orange Bowl, Clemson doesn't win the national championship. I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that was the game, they talk about the Clemson ladder, and I mean, that really sparked it for me, at least in my opinion.
I think a lot of it, Aaron, is precedent. I think what players who have been at the school before you ended up doing, you got, Clowney in his last season, he sat out.
Barely played.
He barely played. He sat out some games. So you see Debo Samuel now announcing that he's not going to play. You had guys from Iowa, Houston, West Virginia, LSU, NC State, Oklahoma State all announce that they're not going to play. But I think really when you look at it and you look at these different programs where guys are deciding to sit out, it goes back to the culture. And Dapo has created a culture at Clemson where guys want to play for him. They want to play for the team. They want to play for the university. Hence our entire D-line coming back for their senior year. So I think that certainly factors into it. I think that those guys enjoy playing at this school that much where they would never even consider skipping a bowl game.
But I don't think you can blame some of these guys, though. I mean, look what happened to Jalen Smith a couple years ago for Notre Dame. Ended up tearing his ACL in the bowl game. So with how much money is on the line,
it's an unnecessary risk for sure.
It's an unnecessary risk, and I just think this shows that some of these bowl games just don't matter. I mean, if the players don't even care, why should the fans care?
Absolutely. I can definitely see both sides of it for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I think with the number of games we have and the number of players that are going in the first round or potentially going in the first round, you can't blame the players. As much as you want to say, oh, they're not, giving forth their full effort to the team and the program, you can't blame the kids.
Well, I think it's, again, right. I still think it goes back to the whole idea of wanting to play for the team, for the program. I mean, if they get to the end of the season and they know that they're going to go NFL, or even if they're not going to go professional and they are indifferent about whether or not they play in the bowl game, then to me that speaks to a larger cultural issue at that particular school. I don't know. That would be a positive. If Clemson players started to announce that they were skipping the bowl games, I'd be concerned.
The New Year's Six, I don't quite understand, because I think those still have a lot of value to the program and to the players themselves. So that I wouldn't agree with, like guys like at LSU and teams like that are skipping. But some of these, like
any bowl game can be a building block, though. Any bowl game can be a
you're playing in the Music City Bowl. That's not going to get you much.
Sure. Thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling in. Really appreciate you getting in on the phone lines tonight. It's an interesting conversation. Wish we'd have had a little bit more time to talk about that.
It's a conversation we need to have because it's happening a lot.
It is happening a lot. It's an interesting new trend. It's really not even new. It's been going on for a while.
And now it's really developing. Like I said, 13 players now from major programs skipping games. And like you saw with our predictions, that changes our complete prediction as a whole.
Oh, yeah. It can definitely affect the outcome of the
game. But it's good for backups, though. For guys that are coming in next year, it is good for them.
It is. It is. Well, we did it. I'm not even sure how, but we got through all the bowl games, excluding the New Year's Six, in 1 hour. We were able to touch on some of those games last week, but that's it for us. This is the end of the semester. Last week here, finals week at Clemson. We are wrapping up the school year. And we will hopefully be back on air with you in January once the season, or in the semester rather, kicks back up. But it's been a lot of fun bringing you AFR all summer long.
And thank you guys for all your support. You people that have been listening, texting, calling in, we appreciate it all.
So we thank you for tuning in. For Jay Bradley and myself, we'll see you next time.